Hey Libra, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. General reading, take what works, leave what doesn't. Feel free to check your other major placements. Over here on YouTube, we're going to be doing an oracle reading, oracle deck reading, and then we'll take it over to Vimeo for a more traditional tarot spread with a more traditional tarot deck. You are welcome to subscribe. You are welcome to unsubscribe. You are welcome to not subscribe. I was told that I needed to be telling you guys to subscribe, and it feels weird, so I'm telling you to do whatever the hell you want to do with that. Just this round, it'll just be assumed from here on out that that's what you're doing. All right. For Libra, what do we have? Okay, the energy is gaining momentum. You're here, you're going someplace, you're here. You're on your way though. This is like, you've already packed the car. You're already on a trip. You're on the on-ramp. Or you're making your way to the on-ramp. The freeway. The energy is gaining momentum, and there it sprung. All right. Meditate and contemplate. So this can be heart and mind starting to sync up, starting to vibe with each other. So really vibing your way through something, but also thinking your way through. So you're listening to that vibe and you're using your brain to figure out what to do with these feelings that you're having, or the vibe that you're feeling. You're using your brain to figure out what to do with that. Hopefully. It can be hard to tell though. You know, what that vibe's about. Is it coming externally or is it internally? So this, though, is a lot about your feelings are the truest thing. So how you feel is true for you. This can be talking a little bit about like kindred spirit, soulmate energy, circling around that, getting to know somebody new. But there is a sense of not knowing where you're going with this, right? We have the new moon, so we're going into the dark. We don't know where we're going. We don't have the big spotlight in the night sky here guiding us. We don't have that. We're kind of having to feel our way forward here. Feelings are going to be a pretty good guide, but you are going to want to get your brain in there a little bit to sort some things out. Yes. So it's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. You may have been very defensive. You may have been protective. But you've seen what you need to see here, I believe. So it's sort of like you can let go of assumptions, that assuming the worst, fears, all of that can really drive us to sting. To be on the ready, to be poised and ready to go. I was just reading about one deck has scorpions as the Lover's card, and scorpions, if the female's unimpressed halfway through an encounter, she'll just kill the male. I thought that was hilarious. Anyway, I don't know why I can't remember why exactly the artist put that as the Lover's card, but it is like being drawn to something. Who knows if it's going to work out or not, but. So it's time to release negativity. So I guess I just love seeing the scorpion here with these fish, and that was reminding me of that. Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty, devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. So you are in the process of learning. You might also be in the process of teaching, which we all are. Our teachers should always still be learning. Bringing fresh information to us, and also, they're on their own journeys too. All of our teachers are, but there is something that you're very devoted to, and it's remaining devoted to sort of a beautiful vision, something that you're wanting here. There's still a lot to learn. This card always comes to me with like you're halfway to understanding something, and you need to stick with it. So you know enough to be able to teach, but you also don't know, you're also going kind of blindly into your own future. So being part of that, those links, that chain of from the past to the future, and then you're sort of this link in the middle. So you're not on either end, obviously, but you're passing something on, information on. And then I love this win-win outcome is forecast, full moon in Libra. So we might see some outcomes. We might see something coming, the results of something that we went into rather blindly. But a win-win outcome is forecast. Everyone's going to be happy. We're headed towards this. We've still got to follow our heart. We must remain devoted, trying to be a little bit more positive and maybe not, so prone to devour a mate in the middle of an encounter, maybe. So letting go of that kind of energy. Confidence is your key to success. I love this. And then you should be able to achieve that, because we do have a win-win outcome as forecast, and being confident both in yourself and your ability to achieve a win-win outcome. Again, confidence, not really knowing what this outcome is. We have a pretty good idea here, but remaining confident in who you are and in your ability to navigate this, and understanding that coming in, I like this juxtaposition here of these two, like coming in, feeling confident, feeling good in yourself, and not necessarily feeling defensive and negative. But feeling good. I think there's a sense of feeling proud of who you are here too. You are headed somewhere. It's going to be, all parties are likely to be happy, but you're going to have to let go of, I guess, some tension or some defensiveness, and be confident that you can handle this. You can handle what's coming. You can handle where you're headed. And then we have the crumbling. This would be why you're feeling negative, and maybe a little shaken in your self-confidence here. So because there's big changes. There's a structure here that you've relied on, that you've thought of, that you've that you thought you understood, that you maybe have repaired a bit, and it's breaking apart. There's some part of your life that's outlived its usefulness. We don't need this anymore. It can be a mentality, right? Especially with this is time to release negativity. This can be maybe a prison that you've been in, or even our homes and our living situations can become prisons. But this is a bit of a ruin here. So the ruins, I love to visit ruins. I love to imagine having lived there, but they're not useful structures anymore, right? So this isn't a useful structure anymore. You can go visit it. You can hang out there. You can learn from it. You can, go vibe with it, but it's not a useful structure. You can't live here anymore. You can't live in either this space, a very functional space possibly, or even a mental space, which could be this negativity. You just aren't going to be able to live there. But the cool thing is that there's this whole reality coming through. So, but this change can feel a little shocking, can bring in some jolts. This is basically the Tower card in this deck. So there's just some upheaval here, and not necessarily upheaval. I mean, just look at this gorgeousness that wants to come through. This is just, it's outlived its usefulness. It belongs to a different era, a different person, a different, this isn't who you are anymore. So that's changing and that's shifting. And you need to feel confident in yourself, because sometimes these changes can really shake us. Do we have the skills to survive in this new world? We're used to this one. We've adapted to this situation. Do we have what it takes to thrive and survive and feel safe in this new area? We don't know, but you're gonna like it. Have confidence in yourself, and don't be quite so negative about it. And remain devoted. Continue learning, even if you might end up in a teaching role. You're going to continue learning here. What do we have? Oh, I like soar. Talk about the energy gaining momentum. I mean, here we have these birds just soaring, headed towards something that you want. And the soar is about having direction, having a strong sense of direction, right? Like these ones, like we're not taking off on this road trip without a sense of direction, without a sense of purpose. We're going to go, most people me possibly excluded sometimes, most people don't head out on a road trip with no idea where they're going, right? So there's a sense of purpose, a sense of direction here, and then there's also a sense of ease after a lot of work, after a difficult period, which may have had you in this negativity and may have shaken your confidence. There's a sense of ease and direction of where you're headed and where you're going. I really like those two coming out together. They're so resonant with each other. And then this puppy snuck back in. Protection. I like this. Some sort of future is protected. So even in this upheaval, I see upheaval in this card. Even in upheaval, you are protected. Even as things change and shift and maybe start moving a little faster, there's a sense of, and this upheaval, these changes and how things are going, there's a sense of being protected. This could be you being protected, or some sort of project or some sort of relationship being protected, even though there's a lot of upheaval going on around you, right? One's watching the future and the other one's watching out and safeguarding it. So one's, making sure that the egg itself is staying where it needs to stay, and the other one's watching to make sure no one takes advantage of the upheaval to take this this future that they're protecting. So it's like something is crumbling. There is some sort of upheaval. You're protected in this upheaval, though. I think this is why you're being told to release negativity. You don't need that, because there is a sense of protection here. A win-win outcome is forecast. So maybe this upheaval is bringing in this beautiful new scenery, but it's also protecting something. You're also protected within it. You're not out here on your own experiencing upheaval. There's something that's, maybe you are out here on your own experiencing upheaval, but there's something here that even in all of this upheaval, even in this crumbling, something will remain the same and available to you. Caching, yes. We are saving something for later. Who got this? Pisces got this. Saving something for later. And it could be this protection, right? This one is protecting their seeds. They're putting something in the ground for later. Let's just save this for later. All this upheaval and maybe foggy situation here. Let's save this little bit for later. Let's keep something. So this could be protecting your nest egg, there might be upheaval, but you need to be protective of your funds, your money, possibly even your energy. But there is something about save it for later. Something is being protected and saved for later. So don't worry about missing out on an opportunity. Don't worry about, there's a lot of changes going on here, but there's something. You either need to save your money and save your nest egg for the future, or you need to, it's just another card of protection. Protecting, possibly any funds or finances that you have in a time when maybe you don't need this. Maybe you have an abundance of, ideas or projects or situations, but in all of this upheaval, something's going to remain there for your future. Both of these are talking about the future. Both of them are talking about a quiet place to protect something, to keep something safe from others. Both of them are basically like the future is protected. I feel like with this one, though, you do have to take some action and some care. Like this one just feels sort of like that's the way it is. It's protected. And this one is like, well, actually, you do have to do a little bit of something to make sure that that's protected. You can't just leave it out in the elements and just be like, yeah, it's protected. It's fine. You're going to have to be a little... there's a sense of the future, trusting in the future, trusting that something that you need is going to be there for you in the future, trusting yourself to take care of your own future. There's a sense of planning for a future that maybe you're not even sure is going to be available or is going to exist. A sense of coming back to something. Returning to something And maybe it will still be the an intention. It's an intention to return to something. It's an intention towards the future. It's planting something. It's on this caching is almost like planting a seed, right? And who knows, maybe it does grow, right? Maybe it's an investment. Investing in the future. But there is something that you need to do, and I feel like this is like investing in the future. But there's also this sense of safety. Like investment can sometimes seem like a little risky, but this is it's a safe investment. And it's about creating safety and investing in that, because there's a bunch of upheaval around you, but there's something that you need to invest in. This card's coming through with that too, as far as being the connection between the past and the future. You've already gained all of this. Make sure you save it. Make sure you're careful with it. Make sure you invest it for the future, right? Because this one, to me, the Sisterhood of the Rose, is about being a link between the past and the future. And this is like maybe taking past gains or recent gains and saving them for the future, whether that be projects, energy, although that's hard to do, but I have these like visualizations like I do when I have a lot of energy. I can put some energy in a file cabinet in my brain, and then later you can go and be like, I don't have any energy, and you can try to access the file cabinet and the energy there. So there's something about saving that for the future. Oh, more upheaval, battle. This seems so random, like we're protecting something, but we're protecting something from this upheaval and this battle. Something is going to be protected. Maybe there is some upheaval, maybe there is some competition, a battle, some competition or something where you need to fight for what you want. And this is like safeguarding things that you don't want to be involved in this fight, like keeping those separate, keeping those safe, safeguarding the future from this upheaval here. But the energy is gaining momentum. You have direction, but maybe even with increased direction is going to come an increased need to stand your ground and fight for what you want. Because a direction may, the sense of a direction might include, well, now I know where I want to go. So instead of, just dodging things, I have to be more focused. And now I see that there are things in the way now. So you may have to fight for what's yours, or fight to. There may be some upheaval here. Yeah, I just see upheaval with this battle, mostly like a. But have confidence in yourself. It's not going to do to go into, but there's a win-win outcome forecast, right? So I feel like there's maybe a battle or a fight here, but both parties are going to end up being able to negotiate something that everybody's going to be happy with. But that negotiation can't happen, and you can't enter that negotiation on equal footing for this win-win outcome unless you do show that you are willing to stand up for what you need and what you deserve. So you'll need to show that and come in confident and powerful and as an equal in order to access the win-win outcome. Because if you come in submissive or downtrodden or scared and terrified and exuding that vibe, it's going to be easier for someone in some sort of final negotiation or some sort of negotiation to take advantage of you. In fact, it's almost an invitation for that. Holy moly. Okay, we have protective nest. What? I love it. This protective nest here. And we have the nest egg. Again, protecting something and saving it for the future. It's the same card. Different artist, saving something for the future, safeguarding for the future. Something that you're not talking about, something that's waiting for its time, right? The egg, when cracked from the outside, kills what's within. But when that being inside the egg is strong enough and hungry enough for the greater world, for a bigger world, it cracks through that egg and shatters what it knows to be its reality so far, right? We can see this as a being cracking through this shell, this egg, and it's a whole new reality out here. They're destined to go to it, otherwise there's death, right? So where there's a need to crack out of something, but it's not here yet. It's not here yet. That need to break out isn't here. It's being saved, it's being protected until it's ready. You're being protected until you're ready. Your future is being protected until you're ready. But I do feel like something that's been protected, it's going to create upheaval once you start coming out. Once this starts happening, you need to be ready and prepared for some sort of upheaval. The perfect key, again, we have this hint at some sort of opening. This can be opening up of the heart here, right? I mean, seems very obvious. And then we have the heart chakra represented here, wanting to open, but there may be some options, or maybe a couple different ways we can open up. But this is really beautiful as far as like, it's here, it's ready. The opportunity is going to be presenting itself. Your mind, though, is still kind of like, this seems fundamentally unsafe. I don't think I want to do this. And it's reminding me, okay, well, it's time to release negativity. So again, we're talking about opening something up, this cage. This cage could be this negativity, this assumption of pain and suffering if your heart were to be open and do what it wanted to do. I'm also getting this meditate and contemplate here. The mind isn't quite ready, but the heart, the sort of... hope is a feathered thing. What, that Emily Dickinson poem? It's been like 3 decades since I recited it. But so the heart and the mind trying to figure out, meditate and contemplate. Your mind may not be ready, but your heart sure is. And it's got a couple options there for you. Sea witch. So this is really fascinating because there's this push-pull energy. There's this whole hold back. The egg's not ready to crack. But when it is, you're going to have to fight for it. You're going to have to fight to crack open, I think, your own shell and your own egg. But it's waiting. It's been protected here. And then here again, we have the sea witch. She's playing. She's not ready to go yet. She doesn't have, she's frustrated maybe, like, when do I get to go? When is it my turn? There's a sense of needing to have patience. Soon you will soar. It's almost time. It's almost time. This direction is getting clearer. You are going to have to fight your way through some sort of shell or protective layer, but you have been protected. And there is a sense of you will have direction. You will have clarity. You will have the energy to accomplish something, but first you have to have the energy to break out of your own shell. So there's a sense of needing to, being protected, and there's just kind of this wait, we're almost there, wait energy. And so that's what this card is really bringing in here and kind of solidifying and bringing together this, like, she's excited, she's practiced, she's rehearsed, she knows what she wants. She's got a little companion here. She's got something to share this journey with her, but she's not on a journey. She's got a toy here. So she's not actually moving. She's just playing at moving, but we see the impatience on her face and the frustration here of still having a toy, feeling like she's there, feeling like she knows she can do this, feeling like she's ready, but still the only tool she has here is actually a toy and very ineffective. But she's ready. She's been playing, right? And humans learn best through play. So she's been playing, she's been learning, she's been figuring this out, but there's still a sense where she's not quite at the reality. So I feel like this is saying you're fighting, you're maybe in this process of fighting out of this shell, of this structure that's kept you held in here. You've been working hard, you're frustrated, I think almost you want this to be opened up. You want this ruin to crumble, but you're having to fight your way out of it. You have been in a very protected space, and this battle between the heart and mind is going to be fierce. That's what I'm getting with this. I think both your heart and your mind are going to end up very happy, right? But something's been saved for later. And I think you're getting very close to it, if not right in this time period. I think there's some assurance here that you will be breaking through, you will be cracking through. You're just not it's just not quite ready yet. But the reason it's been held back is protection. It's been for your protection. So if that makes sense for you, or even if it doesn't and you just want to join me over on Vimeo for kicks and giggles, let's do that. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in a while.